Hey, Xiomy here. So today's video is going to be my top 5 Wednesday. Now this is a Goodreads group that was created by Lainey over on Gingerreadslainey here on YouTube. I am going to link it down below just in case you're interested in the Goodreads group. Okay, so without further ado, let's get into this. Now today's topic is favorite buzzwords, words that are used to describe a book that is a guarantee for you. Now, to me, I'm going to have an honorable mention, but I'll say it, Okay, now number 5 for me is when they use the words both fantastic and interesting. I really like to listen. I read the reviews, but I don't like draw myself towards the reviews just because I read the synopsis, and if I read the synopsis and it sounds interesting, well then I'll read it. But if I like see reviews and it does say fantastic and interesting, well that compels me a little bit more because I'm like, how fantastic and how interesting is it really? And that's something that I want to challenge myself to see it and like read about and to see, is it really fantastic? Is it really interesting? So when they use the words fantastic and interesting together are things that really just draw me towards that book a lot more. Number 4, if they say it's a must read, especially for epics, for epic fantasies, or for whatever genre it might be, but using the words it's a must read, it's something that draws me even more into that book because it's like taunting you, read me, right? And you're like, you want me to pick you up, don't you? I'm gonna pick you up to see if it's a must read, and then obviously I'll review it and say if I really did love it or if I didn't really like it. So every single book, no, not every single book, but most of the majority books that I've picked up because it says must read, I've read them and I've loved them. So that's something that really does compel me and does draw me a lot more towards the book. Number 3, if they praise the world of the book, that's a guarantee for me. Honestly, if you tell me that the world that was created in that book was just amazing and compelling and it drives you even more to read about the book, that's something that's key to me because I love going in fantastic adventures, through books. So if they tell me that the world that's being created is amazing and fantastic and they praise it, hell yeah, I'm gonna go towards that book. So that's something that really does compel me even more. Number 2, if they tell me, like, if you're a fan of the Mortal Instruments, or if you're a fan of Buffy the Vampire Slayer, or if you're a fan of Criminal Minds, or if you're a fan of, I don't know, Angel, whatever the fact may be, right? That compels me even more because because they're telling me if I'm a fan of the previous one, then I'm gonna love this. So there are bits and pieces that are like a little bit similar to that genre that I love reading and whatnot, or that TV series that I like. So that's gonna compel me and drag me even more into that book because they're telling me, wait, I'm a fan of that. That means I'm gonna go even insane for that book. So that's something that really does compel me towards the book. I do have an honorable mention, and if they say it's based on real life events, that compels me a lot more to read about the book. Just because I'm really interested when books are about real life situations, because obviously our history is something that we have to know about, and it is very beautiful in some aspects. Not everything is beautiful, but there are things that you really do have to know in order to not repeat things that have happened. So I think that when they tell me it's based on true events, that's something that does compel me a lot towards reading the book. My number 1 is definitely when they tell you prepare to be hooked. I'm like, you want me to read you, don't you? Because you're gonna hook me to you. So that's something that really does compel me because I'm like, wait, am I really gonna get hooked to that book? What if I don't get hooked to it? So it's like, my mind is playing tricks on me, and if it says prepared to be hooked, I want to see how hooked you can get me. So that's basically something that really does compel me even more to reading. So those are my top 5 buzzwords that compel me to reading. I want to thank you for watching, and until next time. Peace.